Hey everyone, today we're diving into an incredible yet sobering story about Gerontiy Lazovik, a former KGB officer whose life took some unexpected turns, especially in his later years. You know, it's wild how someone who was once deeply embedded in the world of espionage can find themselves caught up in a scam, so let's get into it.
Gerontiy Lazovik had quite the career, working for the KGB during the Cold War, a time when tensions were high and espionage was rampant. He was involved in recruiting spies, notably George Peacock from ASIO, Australia's security agency. Imagine the weight of that responsibility. He infiltrated Western security agencies, gathering intelligence that impacted not just Australia but its allies too. It's like he lived in a world of cloak and dagger, where trust was a rare commodity and betrayal could lead to dire consequences. But then, in a twist that feels almost ironic, we see him fall victim to a scam in his later years. So there's this recent situation where conmen posed as Russian officials, manipulating Lazovik's deep-seated patriotism. It's heartbreaking, really.
This man, who once held all the cards in the game of espionage, found himself exploited by people who knew just how to tug at his emotional strings.
Can you imagine the emotional turmoil? Here's a guy who devoted his life to serving his country, only to find himself scammed. It must have felt like such a betrayal, not just from the conmen, but maybe even from the world he once knew.
It's a stark reminder that vulnerability doesn't just disappear with age. Right. As we grow older, we might think we have it all figured out, but trust me, life has a way of keeping us on our toes.
Reflecting on this, it really makes you think about trust and manipulation. Propaganda can shape beliefs in ways we might not even realize. It's like one moment you're on top of the world, and the next, someone's exploiting your loyalty. It's scary how easy it is to be swayed, especially when you're feeling nostalgic or longing for a sense of belonging. You know, this whole situation with Lazovik is not just about him. It's a broader commentary on how trust can be exploited.
It's a lesson for all of us. We might think we're too smart to fall for something like this, but everyone has their vulnerabilities.
The emotional response to this story is intense. I mean, it's cathartic to think about, but also kind of freeing in a way. We realize that we're all human, and we all have our moments of weakness.
So, what do we learn from Lazovik's experience? It's a reminder to be cautious and aware of who we place our trust in. It's also about recognizing our vulnerabilities and the impact they can have on our decisions.
But there's also a sliver of positivity here. Lazovik's story, despite its tragic ends, teaches us the importance of resilience. There's gratitude to be found in understanding that we can always learn and grow, even from painful experiences. As we wrap this up, I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences with trust and vulnerability. Maybe think about a time when you felt misled or taken advantage of.
How did that shape you? What did you learn? It's all part of the human experience, right? If you found this story as fascinating and emotional as I did, please subscribe, like, and drop a comment below.
Let's keep the conversation going about trust, vulnerability, and the lessons life throws our way. Thanks for joining me, and take care.